Just look at that. I'm unemployed and I am peed off. I was called to a meeting with the board, okay? And they wanted to discuss the unhappiness of some of the players, which to me doesn't make any sense because they were unhappy, yeah, but squad harmony wasn't very low. And they came to me and said, why is it so low? I answered something along the lines of, some of the players are happy with treat, blah, blah, blah. Okay, expecting it to just sort of fizzle out. Then that set into motion a sequence of questions and replies that I had no earthly way of getting out of, smelling of roses. And basically it was like, well, we think it's your fault. And then I was like, well, it's not really. It's the player's fault. And the underlying issue was Napkert thought we were underachieving, ridiculously in my opinion, but what do I know? He thought we were underachieving, and I was like, no, we're not. And he got pissed off, and it went downhill from there. I'm not going to lie. It just sort of escalated throughout the rest of the season. You saw the last episode where there was quite a lot of them that were against what I had said in regards to us not underachieving. And all in all, in a roundabout way, there was a bit of handbags, and they were like, either resign or you're sacked. Basically, it's either you walk away or we'll let go of you. And to be honest with you, I can't even remember which one I clicked. Either way, I must have clicked resign. It doesn't anywhere say sacked. It just said left my role. So I'm assuming I must have just... And either way, I was going to get the boot. I think it's been a few hours and I just sort of did it. Did the sort of save rage quit almost, and walked off. But I'm pretty sure I just clicked, well, fuck you, then I'll resign. And I'm really annoyed because this is the second time this has happened. Obviously, the first, St Mirren was all to do with, I obviously went in there and made a request straight away or something, didn't I? And pissed them off from the start. Inter Milan was, my contract was coming to an end and they, for some reason, whatever, just did not renew it. But this one, when I came in, we were 17th or 18th in the league, something like that. 18th, maybe even 19th. And I qualified us for the Europa League. Okay, I left. Well, I didn't leave Champions League winners for them. I left, obviously, Inter Milan in the summer. Spent an entire half a season trying to find a new job. Got this job, turned the club around, pushed them on up, got them some amazing players, made them profits on players, did all this amazing stuff, upgraded the youth facilities. Europa League, we got fairly well. We did fairly well in that. FA Cup, we did fairly well in that. League, we just on the final day missed out on Champions League football. And they go and come at me like that. It's a bit harsh, and I'm gutted because I wanted to win the league for Newcastle. I really did. Next season, I had in my mind, I knew the players that I wanted to keep, the players I wanted to let go, where I wanted to push forwards. And now it's all gone. And it's really, really disheartened me, if I'm honest. I feel absolutely shit. I really do. And that's me being God's honest truth with you. God's honest truth with you, that makes no sense, but you know what I mean. And it then, though, got me thinking. I sat there and I was just so angry. I even considered reloading and seeing if it happened again the next time round and trying to do, because it was about a couple of days before I thought, shall I reload it? Screw it. Shall I just reload it and do that meeting again? But then I thought, no, because that would be classed as cheating and that's not me. So I just thought, I sat there and I considered ending the series. I really did. I thought, shall I call it a day? And you can probably hear in my voice, I'm really, really pissed off. Really pissed off. But You know, that's the thing. I suppose in a way it's very realistic. If you choose the wrong replies, you're going to end up falling into a bit of an argument, and then things happen. So I sat back in my chair, sobbed a little. I didn't really. Sat back in my chair and I thought, if this was me in real life, what would I do? First thing I'd do is I'd go on a bloody holiday, that's for sure. The second thing I'd do is obviously I'd want to find a new job. And I'd look at the jobs that are available. And I look at QPR, don't fancy it. I look at West Ham, I don't fancy it. I look at Norwich, don't fancy it. Cagliari, no thank you. Spezia, no thank you. Not being disrespectful, they're just not for me. They ain't for me. And this is the obviously available jobs at the moment. And then I look at the insecure jobs. Stoke, I don't really fancy that. Bayern Munich, I can't see them getting rid of Conte. They finished second in the league. They're not going to get rid of Conte. Barcelona have literally just taken Garcia on board and finished third in the league. He's not going to go. You know, I look through all of these and I think there's nothing there that I really fancy waiting around for. And there's nothing Premier League, top division. Boa Vista, I don't really fancy that either. You know, it's just one of those things. And I don't fancy the international management scene just yet. And then, I don't know, I just don't know what to do. And then I sort of sat there thinking, if it was me, if it was real life, you know, I said to you, a lot of this is going to be based on decisions I make in real life. And early on in the career when we jumped around, a little bit willy-nilly-ish, was kind of like me, impulsive, which I would be in real life. But now I've had the success that we've had in the series so far, it becomes more difficult to decide what to do and where to go. And if I was hurt, which, I mean, obviously it's only a game, and if I'd have been treated the way I was treated by Newcastle, Newcastle's board, the board, not the fans, the players, nothing, everybody else was great. If I'd have had that argument, especially after what had happened at Inter Milan, where they, even though I brought them the Champions League and the league and unbeaten season in the league, they, for some reason, didn't want to renew my contract. And then to come here and, you know, improve them, in my opinion, I'm sure you'd agree, I've moved them forward to a next level. I mean, Goodwin got the Young Player of the Year award in the league. He got Footballer of the Year in England. He got, apart from goal of the season, which was De Gea, he got the clean sweep in the Newcastle end of season awards. He was the clean sweep. He was just the man. He was the guy. He was the main boy, you know. And I think to myself, we had him, we had Abakarov, we had Harkins, you know, we had players coming in. There was going to be obviously more players that are coming to the fore now that we could have picked up and brought in and really built something at Newcastle and gone out next season, at the end of next season, leaving them in a much, much better place. I suppose on the other hand, though, we are leaving them just a year earlier than what we were going to. I wasn't going to renew my deal with them. I was going to do sort of a Pep Guardiola thing and see out my contract and then move on to another project. But then this happened, and I thought in real life I would be hurt and I would want to either just walk away for a bit or do something a little out there. And I've spoke about it time and time again over the course of the past few seasons. It's been about 4 or 5 seasons now where we've kept having a little look at Bolton. We've kept doing it. We've kept I've kept doing it. You haven't. You've been having to look at it because I've been showing it you. But I've kept saying that would be a challenge. That would be a challenge. The Bolton. So, if it was me, right, say I apply for this job and I get it, I might not get it. They might already be offered it to somebody. It may be too late in the application process. I don't know. But if I was to apply for it and I got the job and I was interviewed and they would be like, why the hell have you done what you've done? Why have you gone from Newcastle in the Premier League, Europa League, nearly Champions League, to Bolton, who have just been relegated from the Vanarama National League to the Vanarama North? Why have you done it? Is it money? Are they offering you more money? Is there some sort of secret trust fund that's paying you more? Have you lost your bottle? Have you this? Have you that? I would be like, no. I am a football fan. I'm a pure football fan. To see Bolton, a team so big and so, a team that was, in the Premier League for so long and, such a great club, plummet from the Championship all the way down to the Vanarama North. It's not right. And if I can do something to change it, I would like to do something to change it. So, we're going to apply for the Bolton job. That's right. You heard me. I can't believe I'm going to consider dropping that low. But because of who we are, because of the reputation we've got now, we're probably still going to get offered jobs that are big going forwards. But at this point in my career, I've won the Champions League and I'd want a new challenge. And to me, I'm one of those people where if this was real life, if I'd just left Newcastle, then I was kind of like, what do I do now? What do I do now? And Bolton were there. And they would think, there's no way we're going to get Paul Howarth. He's won the Champions League. He's done this. He's done the other. I'd be like, dude, me and you together, we're going to go forwards. I'm going to come in and I'm going to help you out, whether it be for 1 season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, 4 seasons, whether it be for 20 seasons. I'm going to try and help rebuild Bolton to a degree. And also, I think it's going to be interesting to see what pull my reputation has on players. Would players join Bolton in that division that normally wouldn't? That's the question we're going to ask. So guys, this video today, I apologise. It's been a bit of a just babble on, but I had to get it out there and I had to tell you what was annoying me and what had happened, and it has pissed me off. So guys, today's episode is just going to be that. I'm sorry that if you were expecting a match or anything, or a new season or new signings and stuff, that will come in tomorrow's episode. But today, we're where we are. Now, don't get me wrong, just because I've applied for that Bolton job doesn't mean that I'm going to look at it, I'm going to speak to them if they offer me the opportunity to, I'm going to speak to them, I'm going to see where they want to go, what they want to do, what the situation is, because I know they're in debt. So guys, for now, it's been an absolute pleasure being in your face. Bye-bye.